Good morning, all of you. Welcome to the online education class brought to you by Brihanmumbai Municipal Corporation. Now today, see last time we have ended with another chapter called as Simple Machine. Okay, so today we are going to start with another new chapter, that is sound. Now before we move to that, see it's been a long time that we have stopped going to school. Because of Corona, it's been a year right now. So you all might be missing your school. So we'll just rewind our days of our school, some days of our school. Okay, now you all tell me, when you enter the school, okay, something was there because of which you got to know, you used to know that it is a prayer time, right? After some time, after your lectures, you used to switch from one period to another period. So again, there was something because of which you used to get, okay, this period is over, another period is going to be there now. Okay, so what was that? Can you all recall?
When someone rings the bell, we know the period is over.
Yeah, does that
Ma'am, when someone rings the bell,
yeah, the bell used to ring because of which you used to know. Fine. So the ringing of the bell was the reason that you used to know about this. Okay. Now suppose you are there at your home talking with your parents. Okay. And after some time you realize that somebody is there at your door. Okay. How do you come to know that somebody is there at your door? Yeah, you all can answer. Just unmute the audios and answer. Okay.
कोई डोर बेल बजाता है.
Correct. You get to know through the doorbell. Okay. Now, when the doorbell rings or when you knock at the door, what happens? There might be something that you might be hearing now. What is that? It is the sound of the doorbell or the knocking that takes place at the door. The sound. Okay. So it becomes important for us to know what exactly a sound is. Okay, how is the sound produced? How is the sound propagated? Matlab, how the sound can travel and reach to our ears. And the last is the noise pollution. So in this chapter, okay, in this chapter we'll be learning about the production of sound, the propagation of sound, that is the traveling of the sound, and the last is the noise pollution. Through this chapter, you will be able to understand about the production of the sound, how the sound is produced and propagated, how you will be able to differentiate between the sound and the noise, and you will be able to explain the ways to prevent noise pollution. Have you heard these sounds? Okay, you all can see the picture properly. Okay, here the girl is singing, the chirping of the birds. Yeah, what is this? This is the bursting of the crackers. Again, here the two women are whispering. You can hear the whistling of the whistle, okay, which the traffic policemen use. Yes, who will answer this question? Okay, what is this? What is this boy doing over here? Just unmute the audios and tell.
टीचर कोई लड़का फ्लूट बजा रहा है.
Yeah, some boy is singing the flute. Very good. Okay. Now this is the sound produced by
Horn.
very good. And the last one is
A dog is
dog is barking. Now
barking.
if you have noticed here, okay, the sound produced by each and every thing, okay, like the humans or the whistle or the flute, every sound is different from one another, right? So you all want to know now why these sounds are different from one another. Okay, so that is the thing that we are going to learn. Okay, how the sounds are produced, why the sounds are different, okay, and how these sounds we can hear. So now from these things, tell me what you have understood, how the sounds are produced. Do you have any idea like how the sounds are produced? Yes, unmute the audios and just let me know. Yes, Anika. Okay, I'll give you a hint. I'll provide you a hint. Okay, if you all are having a speaker at your home, okay, just keep your hands on the speaker. What you all can feel when you switch on the speaker and the voice is loud, keep your hands on the speaker. You will feel some.
टीचर कभी
Yes.
आप सुनोगे तो सावज को.
Okay. Okay. So when you put your hands on the speaker, you can feel the vibration taking place. Vibration, your hands slightly vibrates. You feel that, correct? So, and similarly, when you switch off these speakers, will you be able to feel that vibration back again? No, right? You won't feel the vibration. Vibration means what? Your hand somewhat slightly oscillates. Okay, so for a production of a sound, what is important? Vibration. When the object, okay, vibrates, only then the sound is produced. Like when the speaker vibrates, okay, the sound in the speaker vibrates, okay, only then the sound is produced. Till the object is vibrating, we can hear the sound. And once you switch off those speakers or the objects, you won't be able to hear the sound. So the object which produces sound, we call it as sound source. The source from which we can hear the sound is called as a sound source. So how is the sound produced? Now see that sound is again a form of energy. It is a form of energy and it is produced by vibration. Okay, now sound can be produced by vibrating a string also. Okay, if you pluck a string or a rubber band, again you can see that the rubber band is vibrating and the sound is very low. And if you observe any musical instrument like guitar or sitar, again the sound is produced by the vibration of the strings. If you clap your hands again, you can hear the sounds. The clapping again creates a vibration and that is why you all can hear the sounds. Similarly, in humans also, okay, now the sound is produced because of the vocal cord. Now see the marking. Now, because of the vocal cord, okay, that is present in the voice box of our larynx. This is the trachea. Here the larynx is present. Okay, in the larynx, this part is called as a your voice box or a larynx. Here the vocal cord is present. Now see the picture of the vocal cord. Okay, this is the vocal cord. You all can see that there are two rubber-like structures. The muscles, they are rubber-like structures. Because of these muscles, the voice is produced. We call it as a vocal cord, the opening. The quality of the sound produced depends upon the tautness of the vocal cord. That is how much pressure you apply, or whether you apply a less pressure or the high pressure on the vocal cord. Now we measure the intensity of the sound. Now see, sometimes railway during if you stand near a railway station, the sound is very high. Okay, so there, see, everywhere you cannot say the sound is very high. If scientifically you want to measure the sound, the unit which is used for measuring the sound is called as decibel. Decibel, it is denoted by dB. Okay, like when you measure the length ke liye, what is the unit you all use? Meter, right? For measuring a mass, you use kg, unit as kg. Similarly, to measure the intensity of the sound, we use the unit called as decibel. Now, you all know that the voice of the male and female is different. If you close your eyes, and if two people speak in front of you, you will be easily able to recognize whether it is the voice of the male or a female. Correct? So why is this so? The male vocal cord, okay, the actual length of the male vocal cord is between the range of 17 millimeter, that is 17 mm, to 25 mm in length. While the female vocal cord, that is the vocal cord of a woman or a female, the length ranges between 12.5 mm to 17.5 mm. Okay, and that is the reason why the male voice are deeper and louder than the female. Okay, that is the reason, because the length of the vocal cord also varies accordingly. Now you can carry out this activity at your home also. You can take a small pot of water. Now this activity, okay, first we'll discuss about the activity. Take a small pot of water. Okay, now now you can do one thing is, you can just rotate the rod around it like this. Okay, when you rotate it, what you all can see? You all can see some drops of water. Okay, now you can see the jumping of the droplets of water because of the vibration, right? Because of the vibration that is produced in the bowl, because of the sound. Okay, when you rotate this rod, what happens? A sound is produced in the circular manner, in the concentric manner inside the bowl. Okay, and because of this, sound is produced means what? Sound is produced because of vibration. Matlab, there is some vibration done. Vibration this you can see in terms of the jumping of water. You can carry out one more activity. You can take a small plate, fill that plate with water, okay, and then just strike a spoon on the plate. You can see the waves which are generated. Now these waves are generated because of the vibrations. You can carry out another activity. Okay, you can take a compass box and fix the rubber band as it is shown, and just stretch the rubber band from the middle portion. Now tell me, when you stretch the rubber band from the middle portion, what is your observation? If you stretch it, what happens? You can unmute and answer the questions. What will happen to the rubber band when it is stretched?
Teacher,
Yes, beta.
it will go. मैं बोलूं?
Yeah, bolo beta. Anyone can say.
When the rubber will stretch, there is a sound in the box. The box will vibrate.
Okay, the box will start vibrating. You can see that the rubber also vibrates to some extent, and because of that, there is a slight movement on the box also. Okay, so this shows that vibration in the box produces a sound. Now let us see how the sound is propagated. Propagation means what? Traveling of the sound. Traveling of the sound is called as propagation. Okay, we all know from till now we have learned that sound is produced because of the vibration of the object, but it requires a medium for its propagation. Okay, the sound requires a medium. Medium means what? For example, if you want to go from school to from house to your school, are you going to fly? No. What is the mean that you are going to use? You will either use the roadways, okay? You will either walk and go, or you will either use your bicycles and go to the school. Okay, you require some of the other medium to travel to the school. Similarly, for the sound also, it requires different mediums. It can travel through air, it can travel to solids, it can travel through liquid. But the only thing is the sound cannot travel through vacuum. Now, vacuum is what? Vacuum is something where the air is present partially, or you can say that the air is absent in that object. So, the sound cannot travel through a vacuum. Now, just see this. If you can try this activity at your home also. If you're not having a bell, you can use your mobile phone. Okay, just keep your mobile phone, switch on the audio, and above the mobile phone, you can keep the jar. You can place the jar. Okay, and you can try to hear the sound. Again, from the jar itself, you can hear the sound. But instead of jar, if you're using a vacuum, okay, if you're using a vacuum means what? You keep the jar, but it should be so tight that it should be tight enough, and just remove all the air from it. So there are different machines available to remove the air from the jar. If you use such devices, okay, where like here, air is not present. If air is not present, what will happen? Will you be able to hear the sound?
No, ma'am.
Okay, and very good, beta. In vacuum, you cannot hear the sound. Now, you are going to continue this activity. What you will do is, you will ask your friend to sit at one side, and then you can just put your ears on the ear on the bench. Okay, place the ear on the bench and tell your friend to just um, tap at the bench. Tap on the bench. So what will be your observation? Even you all can try this at home.
We hear a sound.
Okay, yeah, very good. We hear the sound, but this sound is more clear. Okay, the sound is very clear. Okay, from this we understand that sound propagates through solid, liquids. Solid, that is the bench. We have taken an example of a bench. Liquid, we have taken an example of water. Gases, that is through air. Okay, so sound can propagate through solid, liquid, and gases, but it cannot travel through vacuum. Now, if you have seen the speed of the sound, now speed of the sound is maximum. in solid. That is why the sound was more clear. When you placed your ear on the bench, the sound heard was more clear. It shows that the speed of the sound is maximum. In liquid, the speed of the sound is less as compared to the solid. And in gases, the speed of the sound is the least. Now, can you all tell me why the speed of the sound is maximum in solid? What might be the reason? Why the speed of the sound is maximum in solid as compared to the gases or the liquids? I'll give you the hint. Solid, you all know that it is a compact structure. It is made up of molecules where the space between the molecules are very less. And in gases, the spaces between the molecules or the atoms are very high. Okay, now on this basis, I want you all to scrap your brains and analyze and tell me how it is related to the speed. Now, this will be your homework. In the next lecture, you are going to tell me about this. Okay, so you have seen from the figure itself, you can understand. Okay, now the speed of the sound in the gas is less. Now, at least now you all can tell me from the figure. The speed of the sound in liquid is comparatively more than that in the gases, and the solid has the maximum speed. Now, from the figure, you just try to tell me.
The speed of solid is greater than liquid or gas.
Now, if you see here in gases, the distance between the atoms of the molecule is high as compared to the liquid and the solids, right? It is high. So it takes time for the, see, when the sound vibrates, what happens? It travels in the form of waves and it has to reach. Now, this one vibration will touch the other one. Only then the energy of this vibration is going to be transferred to the other part, then to the third, then to the fourth. This is how the propagation takes place. Now here the distance between the atoms of the molecule is high. So it takes time for the transfer of energy or the vibration from one atom to another. While in case of liquid, if you see, the distance between the atoms of the molecule is comparatively lesser as compared to the gases. So here the vibration can reach somewhat quickly as compared to the gases. But in solid, the distance is very less. The distance between the atoms of the molecule is very less, almost negligible. That is why the speed of the sound, that is the vibration, can travel immediately. And that is why we can hear a very clear sound in solid as compared to the liquid and the gases. Now the question arises, the question is, you have learned about the propagation also now. Now the question over here is, how is the sound heard? Okay, how can you hear the sound? Okay, now see what happens is, now these vibration, when you strike any object, what happens? When you strike the object, like you can, what happens is the vibration is produced. Now this vibration has to pass through, the vibration has to pass through the air surrounding that object. Air surrounding that object. Okay, so the vibration passes through the air and finally it reaches our ear. Okay, in the ear, what happens? It reaches the eardrum where the signal is then transferred to the nerves of the brain. Okay, and because of which we can hear the sound of the, we can hear the particular sound. So the summary, we'll see the summary now. We have learnt about the sound. We all know that sound is a form of energy and it is produced by vibrations. What is vibration? Vibration is nothing but the oscillation, that is the to and fro movement. A medium is necessary for the propagation. Okay, medium is necessary. Which all medium is necessary? Sound can travel through solid, liquid, and gases, but it cannot travel through vacuum. Sounds cannot travel through vacuum. So in short, we have learned about all these things. I'll give you 30 seconds, see the summary, and then we'll start with the assignment. I hope you are done with your reading now. So we'll start with this assessment. Okay, just tell me true or false. Sound is produced when object rotates. Sound is produced when an object rotates.
False.
Very good. Okay, the sound is produced when the object vibrates, not rotate. Okay, when the object vibrates, only then the sound is produced. We'll go for the next question. Now tell me, the speed of the sound is maximum in?
Solid.
Very good. It is solid. Now you all know the reason why the speed of sound is maximum in solid. Because the intermolecular space, that is the distance between the atoms or the molecule, is very less. So the vibration or the energy can be transferred very quickly. The next question is, the propagation of the sound does not occur through dash.
Vacuum.
Sound, very good. The sound does not come through vacuum. And you all know the meaning of vacuum. What is vacuum?
When vacuum is place where air is not present.
Yeah, where air is not present, or we can say that the air is partially present. Very good. Very good, all of you. So now your homework will be to explain with the help of practical example how sound is propagated through solids. We have done one example of solid, that is placing your ear at the bench and your friend will knock at the bench. You'll hear the sound. Now you're going to use another example. Try to innovate your example. Okay, any examples you can take, and you are supposed to write it down in your notebook. Okay, about that practical example and how the sound is propagating through the solid. And I want a slight detail of the propagation, how the sound could propagate through solid. Okay, so this is it. Now if you have any doubts, you all can clear it right now. No doubts? Okay, so here we are ending with this session. Bye all of you, take care.
Bye.